Queer. Queer again? Yes, queer. Gender theory, Judith Butler, the epistemology of the closet, theory of design, the canon, a Joseph Mueller Brockman anti-fans club. Oh yeah, I'm the president of that. Glorifying modernism and marching for rights? Okay, stop there. What are you talking about? I'm talking about decolonize, otherize, colorize. I'm talking about the non-existent narratives of people like me in history of design, theory, that book, this magazine, that catalog. Oh, you're talking about Anglo-European Design Boys Club? Yeah, that exactly. By the way, can I apply for that? Who colonized your country? Spaniards. No, sorry. Keep trying. But before that, how it all started? Well, I was working last term and trying to create a sign language to translate homophobic hate speech. And then suddenly this term I create 100 versions of a poster. 100? Yeah. I call it the night of 100 screen grabs. Oh, like a night of 1,000 Madonnas. That's a very gay reference. Never mind. My goal was to create a grid. What? Yep. Make it weird, challenge the principles in graphic design, trying to find a style out of the modernist Western canon, pouring all that I know as a highly colonized design into a blender and see what happened. Yeah, it looks exactly like that. And what happened? Well, a lot actually. Doing that, I was talking all the time about normal and natural, these two concepts. And the big question was, what is that inside graphic communication design field? And I realized that normal and natural in graphic design is nothing else than the canon. This is getting more complicated, yeah, I know. And then everything was bigger. I was trying to queer the grid, taking it and destroying its spaces, but I discovered that was not a cosmetic problem. It was not in the surface. It's deeper and so much complex. Why more complex? Yeah, and this was the reason I got into gender theory. In gender theory, it's a social construct determined by context, education, your origin, your culture, and obviously our stance as graphic designer, our ideology and style and graphic designer is constructed as well, determined much more and in a very obvious way for the context, for the imagery. If you change the imagery, change the outcome. The imagery? What do you mean? Yes, names, authors, theories, visual references, heroes, aspirational aesthetics, quotes, the blogs you see. Why change that? Why not is the question. Are you Colombian, no? Yes, I am. When was the last time when you see a Colombian reference in a design history class? Never, exactly. We are the oppressed, my dear, as Paulo Freire says, and we have to teach ourselves how to topple the oppressor. Sounds political, and it's very political actually. But then you change your focus. You were trying to subvert the grid using queerness as a tool, yep, as a lens actually. And now you're more interested in politics and history and gender. Exactly. How is that connected? Well, during these months I discovered people like me writing about things like that. Decolonizing our practice as designers and queering the classroom, and that was really inspirational for my practice. Who? First, Nicole Killian and then Ramon Tejada, both graphic designers and teachers, and both talking about how to otherize the graphic design practices. How is that? Otherize or decolonize is based in open gaps, or as Tejada says, puncturing the history and theory, puncturing the references, puncturing our idols, our heroes in graphic design. Sounds subversive. Yeah, you got it. But it's not about erasing white male written history, it's more about overlapping, intersecting, telling our stories. Yeah, I know. Sounds nice, but what's the next step? There is some things here that look quite abstract. Yeah, I'm very aware of that. I think in this point I have a stage to perform, like a structure to support my performance. And then the big question is, what's the performance? And in this point, I know now how colonized I am. The next step is tricky, but it's all about experimentation, visual experimentation. I need to find this new language, or better, this queer language, a language that reflects those hidden or excluded narratives. But I need to write a new script as well for the performance, and this involves technical skills, but especially a particular stance built through a recognition of my identity as the other, the Latino, and the queer.